All right, welcome in, everybody. Tomboy, I know you said you wanted to see some Hellish Court, but I don't remember how to play the game. I remember it's controller, and I think it's a combination. But I think I want to do just some half sword for today, and then we'll do maybe Hellish Court tomorrow. As our warm up, and then we got to do some bows. Let me just send out my mass message here. Mainly for the other sites, not really Rumble, but we'll throw Rumble in as well. Should be able to hear the music this time. And we'll get right into the... Falchion is a nasty weapon. But I like the longsword. Especially with this. I don't need... The only thing that would beat a longsword... Oh. Okay, I think I'm gonna fuck this guy up. If you hold Alt... You can actually thrust with it. He's dead. Ooh, he stuck me. Yeah, you're dead, buddy. He got me good, though. That was a good fight. Fight beats everything. Yeah, spear. Well, I think you can't do bows because, like, you wouldn't really do tournaments with bows. Like, bows are more like a... You'd have archery competitions, but you never dueled with bows, really. I don't think you did. You're done. Just give up. Yeah, give up. Yeah, you're fucked. That's through the brainstem, I think. I think that's as humane as a kill as you can get. So I should use my range here. You're dead. Don't even try to get up. That's a fun thing about the cloth version, because it's just one mistake, it's over. Ooh, there goes my head. He got me. That's all that really matters. He stuck me. Heck indeed. It's really awkward to fight with. He does have Scarlet's pajamas. I didn't want to do this, man. You chose to fight. You charged me. I just countered. Just give up. You shouldn't be able to make noises after I stick a sword in your brain. But I'm liking that poke. They don't really have an answer for thrusting. This is still anyone's fight, really. There's your arm. Gone. Oh, shit! He's not done! Oh my god, what a comeback. I saw his sword go fly and I'm like, okay, he's done. And then he comes at me with his sidearm and just puts me away. That's amazing. Ryan Piper, welcome on in, buddy. This game is hilarious. It's about half an hour worth of entertainment and then it's boring, but it's just a fun physics-based game I use to warm up and then we get some work done. But this guy here, I'm liking the gaming tradition. Oh, fuck. He's fucking me up. That was right in his guts. I just stuck him. There you go. You're dead. Sit down.
Stein die Hand, good sire. Let us not bloodshed come.
You're dead and done. Get out of here.
Darn.
You want to keep going? Your leg is completely screwed up. Good block. I'm just gonna keep hacking that leg of yours. Just... There he goes. He's done. You don't have anything left.
Speaking we of terms, not of swears.
Let's see what this guy's got. Yeah, you're already dead. Just sit down. I do like how, like, they get all, like, chicken legs. I don't think I've taken any damage so far. Oh, he got me there. He got me really good there. I still won.
We seek no quarrel with thee, nigh the kin.
Still win. Oh. Need to recoup my stamina.
But let me live. No!
There he goes. He's dead.
Might we not finden up?
You don't bleed that much and live. Let's see what we can do with this guy. This guy, I feel like, is going to be pretty good. Yeah, he got me. Oh, he's done. I got him worse. Here, let me help you, buddy. There, through his brain. He's dead. He's at peace. All right, sir. Let's see what you got. You got no arm. That's what you got. Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself. GG. What's this guy got? He's done. The mace hurts, but not that much. Holy shit, he killed me anyway. Oof. That's an interesting mechanic. You can just die, even if you win. I guess that's a tie. Dude, this knight looks so badass. Dude, this guy looks like an absolute Chad.
What gain is there in bloodshed?
I hit him pretty hard on that one. Oop, got him. You're bleeding out. Found the chink in his armor. Good night, buddy.
What gain is there in blood spilt? Twixt us.
Let's see what this guy has. Ooh, a shield.
Coward!
I'm looking to get him on the backside. I got him bit on the arm there. You tried to kick me? Did you try and kick me, buddy? Yeah, he tried to push me over with that one. Nope, you fell over this time. cut his leg open.
Be not because of my death. I am asking mercy.
I'm not actually gonna hurt him that much because he's got armor on, but
From this
And I
path.
got this.
we did beat him into submission. Alright, let's see what this guy's got.
Get away. Let's go.
Upside the head.
Get in, yes. Zone.
He just ate a really big hit in the head. Yeah, he's bleeding out. He's done.
Hold them, please. For where
GG's.
But wow.
Let's see what Shield Man has. Nice. You just ate that pummel. Right through the face.
Let reason
I
rule
found an
their
opening
right
somewhere.
mind.
I don't know where. Alright, this guy's gonna be hard. Let's see who we got here.
Buffoon. Gosh.
I hit him. Oh, that's it. Get up.
Crikey.
Nope. Get up. We don't care. Get up. Look at this. We're back in the action. I'm not losing with this knight, man. Screw you. This knight's too badass to lose. I made you bleed. I got blood on my blade. Got him. That one stuck him pretty good. Hmm.
Oh!
There we go. Ow. That just does damage. Because it's a halberd. This is hard fought, holy crap. Someone got stuck. I need to replenish my stamina here. He got hurt twice there. And you can see he can barely throw his weapon around. He's hurt. It's over.
Betray me kindness on the banners. For sure, I am asking mercy. I cry thee mercy. I pray, let me go hence unharmed. Have mercy on me. I spared thee life. Be not the cause of my death. Take my God, my plea. And thy godness, grant me leave to live. No! Let not thy hand be heavy upon me.
Actually, you know what? You were a good fight. You deserve to live.
Consider
I'll let you live.
Mercy, good sir.
I'll let you live. He was a good fight. Alright. Let's see what this guy's got. Oh! Immediately I'm in trouble. You're bleeding pretty good, buddy.
For the love of God. Hard, but let me live. I pray, let me go hence unharmed.
The dagger for the win. Alright, that's good enough for today. GG's, team. GG's. Alright, so we got to make a bow. Let's get a bow. Let's get some arrows done. Then maybe we'll do some more Radzig sword today. I'm feeling that will be pretty fun. So let's get to work. Roll up the sleeves and let's party. Okay. Just give me a second, chat. All right. So we got weapons here already, where we made our throwing axe, and we got a beautiful reference for our bow. Luckily, our bow is a pretty straightforward object. It's basically a cylinder. Little fatter. Little fatter. Yeah, about yay big is okay. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with the ends because this is going to be a temporary model. This is just a block in for oops. This is a block in for the when we sculpt it. So we want that. Probably a bit of a bend to it. We're gonna do a basic bitch bow. Long bows are not particularly complicated in design. They're pretty standard. If you look up a medieval longbow, there's not a lot to them. And a lot of these are just incorrect. This is about what a longbow looks like, kinda. Except there's not usually a wrap on them. It's usually just a big stick and a string. This is a perfect example of one. Dark on the inside, light on the outside. Pretty devastating in terms of power. So that's basically what we're doing. B, we're just going to make this bigger. Just like that. And then we can put a slight bend in it. So we just go into deform, non-linear, and bend. So that is not how we want it to be. We want this to be 90 degrees. As for the curvature, I think we can do 25. 32. 32 looks good. It's a nice bend to that bow. Fuck it, let's just do this one. We'll do this first, and then we'll just mirror it. Then we just kind of want to bend that this way. Something like that. Sure. And then we can just take this. Should be able to just delete the bottom. Just gonna make this 5. Ooh. We have to merge them first. There we go. All right, so that is a completed bow in terms of this. Then we just want to get a bit of a string on there, and then we'll put an end on it in ZBrush and get it all sculpted looking pretty. So a bowstring is another cylinder, except it's going to be a lot smaller. But it's a similar principle. We're going to maybe just do this much. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Gonna be a bit thinner. And effectively what we want to do here is we're just going to do the one side and then we'll bring it up. So we bring this down. And then we can just do this. Like that. There we go. And then we should be able to just kind of come in here. Basically like that. And then maybe we can fix this up a bit. Kind of smooth that out. And then we're just going to create some donuts here. And these donuts should be 12 by 12. And then we want to just make this 0.3. And then we can just do that. And then just tighten this edge up. Just a little bit. And that will be kind of like our knot. Like that. I want to bring it up to here. How does one do that? We turn this on. And then we just want to even it out with this point. Okay. We can then delete this, actually. And we should be fine to just grab all these, combine them, insert, like that, mirror off on the object axis, and we want the y-axis. Delete the history. And there we have a longbow. Pretty standard stuff, nothing super interesting, super exciting, I guess. But now we have that done. We need to make a quiver and a couple of arrows. So we'll make a cylinder. Something 90 degrees. Make it a little bit fatter. Something like that. I want that a bit thinner. There it is. Basically that. So that's our quiver. And now we need arrows. So go there. Knock this over sideways, 90 degrees. We want to make this quite a bit thinner. Arrows are pretty big, but they're not that thick. So let's get a good draw weight here. Let's get a proper sized arrow here. A bit bigger. That's a pretty good draw. That's a pretty big bolt. Probably even a little too big, if I'm being honest. Something like that. That's probably pretty good. I want it to be a bit fatter. Mass forces mass times acceleration. There's an arrowhead sticking out of here, theoretically. Maybe a hair longer, about that long. I think that's a pretty good size for an arrow. It looks pretty solid to me. So, let's go ahead. Let's put this all back. So that's how big the arrow needs to be in order to shoot this bow. This quiver is ridiculously tiny. Yeah, that's a joke. That's a sad joke. That's a proper sized quiver. Okay. This is the throwing axe. Alright, so that's the quiver. This guy here needs a friend. Let's pull this out. Let's tighten that up. Then we can just go in here. And we want a pretty standard arrow. Nothing super exciting. Nothing crazy here. It's not quite a broadhead arrow, but it is capable. It is capable of lacerating, but it's a pretty standard style of arrow. It's not a... It's closer to like a piercing arrow than a broadhead arrow, but... I wouldn't say by any means it's kind of more all-purpose, I guess. Okay. Something like that. Edge loops here. Sort of like a nice taper there. So that's a pretty nasty arrowhead. That's gonna hurt a lot. And then we are gonna have, obviously, some sort of quill. So let's go ahead. Let's do this. Let's take this. Do the same thing. We'll have 2 arrow variants. A quiver and a bow. There we go. So that's sort of like our block in. So we can take all these. Delete the history. Export them out. We'll just call this bow blocking right here. Longbow, I guess. Longbow block in. Then we'll open up our favorite file. And we'll get these guys into the engine, or into the ZBrush. We should be pretty good shape. So we can just come in here, open this up. And we'll go from there. So there's our lovely character. And We can just take him and hide him. And we'll duplicate his eyeballs. And we'll use his face and eyes as a nice divider. Let's see what else we can do here. I don't know. What am I doing? Characters. Enemies. Weapon. There they are. And we just want to split the similar parts. So this. This is the bowstring. So we want to merge down on these. And then from these guys here, we just want to go ahead and do local symmetry. We just want to do Y. Transform. Yep, that worked. Okay. Geometry. Then we obviously want to Z remesh this, so we're just going to hit Z remesher. See how it goes from there. Let me just turn on the bow for a second. Nothing appears to be broken. All right. Then we can go into our brush. We want to load in a custom brush here. We want a couple custom brushes, but the first one we want is our cloth brush. Right up here. Yeah, we basically just want to do that. It just gives our rope texture. There's not a whole lot going on. With the material. It's a pretty standard material. This isn't the complicated part of the bow. So we just wanted to knock that out of the way. You can turn this guy on here. And I'm just going to go ahead, and I need to add an edge loop here. So we're just going to go transform. I want this and this. And it's on local, so it should be really easy. We're just going to add... Oopsie. Couple pieces there. Then we should be fine to just divide. Yeah, that looks excellent. All right, so now we have that. We're gonna hit Z remesh. We're gonna see what happens. Didn't really break anything, but you never know. Okay, so now we're blue. 80,000 polygons. Everything more or less lines up like it did. We're in good shape. All right. Next thing we want to do here is probably divide it a couple times, and that should be fine. Gonna go in here, we're gonna tweak our focal shift a bit. And we can just start kind of making this look more wooden and rugged. Like that. Give it kind of like a knotted, sort of different levels of carved, just a crude carve sort of vibe to it. As we kind of just knock it out. Again, nothing super crazy on this. Pretty basic in shape, size, bunch of stuff. Looking fantastic. All right, I need to step out for 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Just gonna grab a drink and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see what we can do here. So let's see what we can get out of this. We just kind of work our way down. And then we'll work on asymmetrical details. So we're just basically using the symmetry brush mainly to just block in what we have. And then what we'll do is we will break symmetry to kind of give it a little bit more personality. But we just want to kind of get a base built, and then we'll build on top of it. That is the best approach to almost all art, really. Is learn how to build a base and learn how to build on top. Even with stuff like line art, just keep building. Because if you try and just get everything perfect right off the get-go, you're just trying to get to that finished picture, you're going to have a hard time. You want to build it up. Okay. So now that we have that, we can come in here and we can just start kind of knocking some different shapes in here. Like that. There we go. That's looking pretty cool. All right. All right, so there it is. That's a nice sort of like base layer. Then we're going to build on top of it even more with the drag fur brush. But instead of fur, we're going to use a bark texture. We go into our alpha section in here. And I think we want Wood Grunjo 1. This is the most substantive that exists. Yeah, and I think we want to just bring our intensity down to maybe 17. There it is. Basically, just kind of want to see the difference between that and that. How that looks nice and organic, natural. Basically, that's what we want for the whole section here. You just get a really nice sort of like polished wood look that really pops. You alternate between left and right, and that kind of gives you enough delineation between them that it doesn't feel like it's just rubber stamped over and over again. It has a bit more of a natural call to it. Just like that. That looks really, really good. All right. Let's work our way down the shaft here. There's a joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. And just keep plugging away. You wrong. What's good? Making a big old stick and a string. That's the plan, actually. Aim for the eyes. That's like the that classic meme with the knight who gets an arrow right in the eye slit. Let's see if we can get this all prettied up. It's looking good so far. Yeah, we're doing a long bow. Probably just sculpting it today. And then the quiver and the arrows and all the other stuff that goes with it. That's on the agenda for today. Yeah, we just want to get this fibrous kind of grungy kind of wood-like appearance all over the bow. Bunch of different angles. Slowly building it up. Right here is a bit of a blank spot. That's fine, we'll just fill it up here quick. That's looking okay. It's looking alright. So, the next step here is I want tips on these. So we're going to just go ahead and turn on transparency. Just knock that out there. Then we can just extract. I want 0.005, I think, is appropriate. A little big, isn't it? Hit accept. Something like that. And I'm just gonna come in here real quick and dirty like. Just delete. This doesn't need to exist. There's no scenario where you need to see the inside of this thing, so we'll just fill it in. Z remesher, go. Okay, and then we can just divide it. It's fine. It's technically not functional because this rope should be grabbing onto this. Maybe I can alter the rope. Somewhere like that. Then we can come down here. Then we'll just kind of build this up a bit. Oh, what the hell is that? I hit the wrong one, my bad. Alright. Back. You know what? I don't like this second horn here. Just kind of build it up like so. Like that. Then we can just take this shape here. There we go. It's kind of a fun little shape. There it is. Then And we can just do our sanded metal. And I don't think we need to go too much deeper than that. Maybe a little deeper. We just want to kind of cover the surface. This little brush here does a really nice job at adding just really tiny little micro details that really kind of sell a worked metallic kind of appearance. Just like that. So now that that's done, we can go to our surface level. Just load up. Oops. Want it here. Center. This is really difficult to navigate in. There it is. You know what? We're leaving it alone. We're gonna leave that alone. I don't want to fuck with that. Actually, we could try... Let's try to do UV master. Function requires... Oh, it needs to go to level 1. That'll be pretty quick. It's going pretty fast. So we'll do a UV unwrap, and then it should be able to project onto the surface a lot cleaner. Giving us a much better image quality. It almost looks like a weird nose or something. Perfect. There it is. That just gives us a nice little scratchy kind of steel color to it. Then we just take our bow. Just smooth away any sections that are being a pain in the ass. Like that. I guess we should do like a cord wrap or a cloth wrap here. Not necessarily the end of the world, but I think it would be pretty cool. So... something like that. Technically not historical. There's a lot of things in this game that are already... we've already crossed that Rubicon. Just gonna do that there. Hit accept. Let's do a Z remesh quick. So instead of select, we want to do slice curve. And we're just going to go there. Get rid of our symmetry. Okay. Something like that. Close enough. Then we take this in his edge loop. Want to set this thickness to 0.003, I think. Hit panel loop. Looks good enough to me. Then we're just going to go ahead and go into our polygroup section. And we just want to auto group this. So now each band or each wrap is its own polygroup. I think you've seen this before, but maybe you haven't. But basically, we're just going to pull the wraps over each other so it has a nice natural look to it. So first thing we want to do, though, we have to mask by polygroup so that we cannot manipulate more than one polygroup at a time. And I can just grab this, and we can start to pull this over top of the other things. And it's going to give us a much more natural sort of wrap. And it feels tattered, it feels distinct. Really gives it its own unique kind of feel. I can even turn this off if you'd rather just look at this. But yeah, you can really start to see where it kind of comes from. And giving it a bit more of a organic look. Just like that. But yeah. Looks very clean. Looks nice. This is great for bandage wraps, leather wraps. It's just a great technique altogether. It's pretty quick. Doesn't take a whole lot of time to get built. Adds a nice little bit of detail, nice little bit of personality. Lets you cover up some more of the unsightly stuff. All in all, it's pretty fun. Just get that all cleaned out. There's another Monster Hunter beta coming out. Unfortunately, they're releasing it the week Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out. So I will not be participating in the first beta. There's a second beta like a week later, I think. I still don't think I'm going to be playing it. I think I'm going to be so hooked in Kingdom Come, I'm not going to care. Now, if Kingdom Come turns out to be shit and a disappointment, well, then that's unfortunate. But I'm kind of hoping that's not the case. There we go. Yeah, we just want to kind of get a nice, clean wrap. Over halfway there. Then we'll subdivide the geometry, get it nice and smooth, and then really get into the nitty-gritty details. There it is. Okay, so okay, so there, that's completed. Now we can divide this thing. And then we can do the claw. Just gives it a nice texture. All right. Load it all together. Okay. That's our longbow. Pretty simple looking bow, but it will do for what enemy we are using. This is a common enemy type. Doesn't need to be super amazing, but we have a clean, sharp looking bow. Should fire pretty good. Save that in there. And we can move on to the next thing on the list, which are these lovely little arrow tips. We want an edge loop there. Edge loop there. Okay, let's shuffle over here again. Should be able to add this right here. Okay, so now that we have that settled, how does that look? Not quite. Then we want to do the same thing here. One more time. Then, yeah, we can Z remesh. I want this to go away and that to be there. And that should be fine. Basically, what we're making here is just pretty standard arrowhead. We're not going to be reinventing the wheel. It's not a very complicated piece. As I mentioned before, it's not rocket science. Pretty standard procedure. Something like that, eh? Pretty crude design. There we go. That looks like that hurts. If that touches you. That looks pointy. Prickly, I guess you could call it. So I think that was a success. Now we just got to do the same bullshit on this one. We just want to establish that. There we go. Look at how sharp that looks. That looks like it hurts. It's tickled a taint or two. There it is. Yeah, this underside just doesn't like to be sculpted. Just feels weaker. Like I have to brush it twice as hard just to get what I want out of it. I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. Like, it just looks weaker than this one. Okay. We got a little bit of bullshit right here. I'm just gonna inflate that up a bit. Basically what happened there is the edges clipped onto one another, so I just wanted to make sure that didn't stay that way. So we don't get any like weird black spots when it tries to bake it. Because that will happen. Alright. Next up is the wood shaft of the arrow. Not a very complicated model. But one we need to get done, so we'll do it. This does not want to cooperate, holy shit. Let me just give me a second. Okay, that's turned off. Basically, we want to get on the edge. There it is. There. It's just being stubborn. There we go. I think it's just the way this thing displays. It just doesn't like... It's got to be right at the perfect spot. There it goes. Now it's easier. That should be fine. Yeah, it's like a display bug, I think. But once you kind of get it, it's good. So, we can divide this. Virtually nothing changes. We just want to turn this to X symmetry. That's good there. And then just remesh this again for a more even topology. But yeah, basically because of how long and stretched out it was and how the faces were, it was really struggling. Now it should be pretty dang good. And now we get to just have fun making, kind of like how we did that bow. Just kind of go along the whole shaft here. Just carving away. Like that. And we just kind of carve away this side. Flex that up a bit. And there we go. Now we got a nice little, almost like a chamfer. Then we just want to come up here and unsymmetrize this so that it doesn't look weird. This perfectly symmetrical carved wood is silly. So we want to unsilly this thing. We're a serious organization here, so we're going to act seriously. Super, super seriously. There we go. All right. Now to do the other one. Yeah, but you can get almost all the things you need out of ZBrush in Blender. I was able to buy ZBrush before they sold. So, they used to be owned by Pixie Logic, and then they got acquired by like Maximo or something like that. And now they don't sell perpetuary licenses anymore. They don't let you own it. So I don't know if I bought the last version of ZBrush before it went into fucking full license mode, but yes. Software development companies are aids. They're giant pieces of garbage. The reason why ZBrush probably did that is because you don't need 90% of the features in ZBrush. You need like 10. And you can make everything you ever want out of 10% of the features. So in order for them to justify making and adding features that no one's going to use or want, they have to charge people consistently because you have no reason to upgrade. You have no reason to upgrade your ZBrush because you have everything you need. So they said, well, that doesn't work for us because we want to make a bunch of useless features no one asked for. And so they put in they added subscriptions and licenses instead of letting you own your products. Yeah, I bought it before they did. This is ZBrush 2019. Up there in the corner, I don't know if you can see. Yes, you can. It says ZBrush 2019. That one is a perpetual license. Unfortunately, I have to pay for Maya every year, which kind of sucks because I never upgraded my Maya. I'm running off of Maya 2019 and I have no intention of upgrading it. I don't want their shitty updates. I already know the tool works like I need it to, which is, again, why they want to charge me every year. It's a giant pain in the ass. Is Synth here? Because you're usually on Synth streams, but maybe he just logged off and didn't do it. Yeah, and Maxon is still selling that 2019 version. Yeah, it's... I don't know why they do that. But like I said, you can get most of the tools you need with the sculpting system in Blender. You don't really need to have ZBrush. And there are other more affordable tools as well that do almost exactly what ZBrush does. I just kind of hate current day software where it's basically just ransoming and abusing their customers. And I don't know why. Like, you would think you would be better off making it more accessible to the public. Like, if they sold ZBrush for $300 flat, almost every aspiring artist that even thinks about 3D would pretty much buy that, which dramatically increases their profits. Because it doesn't cost them anything to produce a single unit of ZBrush, because ZBrush is digital. It's a file. It's software. You don't have to charge an exorbitant amount of money to cover manufacturing costs. It doesn't cost anything. So why they don't optimize it to get as many clientele as possible instead of alienating most people by having an absurdly restrictive software tool, I don't understand it at all. Because they would make a hell of a lot more money selling ZBrush to the general audience than they do selling it to studios that use it for work. Like, Silicon Valley is just dumb. They're dumb and they're just absurdly greedy. They're greedy to the point where they hinder their own maximum potential at earning profits. But to be fair, it does give other modeling programs and sculpting programs a chance to compete, because ZBrush is so absurd in its pricing model that it's not even worth it. Oh, he's doing a long stream, so you're just popping over and saying hi. I see. He started late, so I imagine he would finish late. But I just saw you were over here, and you're usually over there first, so. But yeah, no. Software companies they are easily the worst in terms of disrespecting your property rights and just being awful companies with awful practices. It's the same thing with Adobe. I had an Adobe license that was perpetual, like way back, and I just kept reusing it. Because it's like, I do not want to pay a yearly subscription for Photoshop. I don't use Photoshop enough to warrant monthly paid subscriptions. Like, it's just terrible. It's disgusting. Yeah, well, like I said, you can do pretty much all of this in Blender. Pretty easily. I haven't done it in Blender. I've sculpted a head in Blender, but I haven't done, like, this stuff in Blender, but I learned this stuff in school and got used to it and liked it and said, pricing's pretty reasonable, I'll take it. There are also versions of ZBrush that you can probably sail the high seas for. I'm not going to endorse that, but I'm just putting that information out there. But yeah, other than that, like, the software companies are so terrible. I don't know why they bother. 'Cause they could triple their profits. But I think their biggest problem is they're not making enough revenue on people who just don't want to upgrade. But I think you could overcome that by just making it more available to the general public. One of the reasons that Henry Ford completely revolutionized the automotive industry is because he made automobiles accessible to the general public. Before Ford Motors came out with affordable vehicles, it was primarily just like a luxury item that only the super wealthy had access to. Most people didn't have access to cars. In the, at least not in the same way they do now in the early, turn of the century. Most people still rode on horses because the technology was not cheap. And then Ford came out, and after a few failed attempts, created the cheapest, most efficient vehicle he could with the Ford Model T, and basically gave the middle class access to automobiles. And then he became the biggest freaking car company on the planet. He took over everything because he made shit accessible to people. It expanded his market share well beyond what anybody else could do. Why these software companies don't think like that, I have no idea. It seems like, especially with a lot of publicly traded companies, this is our market. And in some ways, they do want to expand their market because they like to appeal to the modern audience. But in other ways, they price like they know their market is saturated and it can only shrink. So they seem to price things in a way that they want to get the absolute maximum exploitation out of the audience that they already have without worrying about garnering a new audience. And it's really just, I don't know who's in charge of those kinds of business decisions, but it just seems like it doesn't make any sense. Outside of, they don't want to really take a risk, which is fair. Most companies don't. Due to fiduciary responsibility, if you tank your company's value, you're eligible for lawsuits. You can get extra penalized if that doesn't work out. So you're kind of penalized for attempting to maximize your own growth, almost. Just the way that the public trading system works. It's kind of broken. Not kinda, it is broken. I don't think anyone here would disagree with that. It is like the only thing that goes for their argument is the only thing that goes for their argument is they have a problem with people who don't renew their licenses. Which is actually kind of evil. Because imagine if General Motors, I was going to say GMC, but General Motors, because most of you guys are American. And to some extent, they probably do have this. But it's more common, I think, in Silicon Valley, where they go, let's say they make a car and they go, okay, people love our car. It sells really great, but it's extremely durable. So people don't need to buy a new car or get new parts, which isn't sustainable for us economically. So we're going to start creating these cars, and we're going to just force them. We're going to make them less structurally sound so that people have to trade it in for a new car every few years. And to some extent, they kind of do that already. They may not say that's what they're doing, but when they say we're going to make a bunch of our parts in China, that's just a happy little added benefit that comes with that territory when you do stuff like that. So that's pretty much what they're doing. They're basically saying our product lasts too long and people don't really feel incentivized to buy new stuff. So we need to make our product not last long. And the software solution to that is to only sell subscriptions, because software can never really go bad. But you could, well, theoretically, you could program something in the software that makes it break over time. But again, that would piss a lot of people off. So I think their solution to how cars work and like how phones work, because phones and a lot of like computer hardware stuff has I forget what the proper terminology is, but it's basically like it's hardwired to fail after a certain amount of usage. And companies have denied it for years, but I think recently they were forced under a court order to admit that they are effectively doing that. How big the fletching's gotta be? Something like that. I think that's a good length. How great would it be if people just stopped being pieces of shit? Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, I can't remember what that terminology is called. I know it exists, though. It's, hardware. What is that called? Term. But yeah, like hard drives have it. Hard drives have it where if they can only write so many times before it goes, it starts going out and blowing up. I can't seem to find it by Googling it. But everyone knows what I'm talking about, I think. I think iPhone actually got caught pretty recently. Basically, so we want to fix this. That doesn't matter. Is it the coverage? No. Coverage is fine. What makes it splay out like that? Kinda. We'll do that. Then we want the gravity to hit. I think we're going to go a little bit harder on the gravity. Like that. And then we'll just hit, we'll just turn this off. Like so, and then just hit accept. Then we can just do a hide. Select. That. Oh, what the hell's going on here? Do extrude. All polygons. There we go. So now we have that, which is 92K. And that is 300K. Then we should be able to just come in here. Like that. Like that. Just gonna that looks really cool. I wasn't sure how this was gonna turn out, if I'm being honest. Wasn't sure how this was gonna pan out. That looks kind of cool. I want this to be a little sharper. So we're gonna go select lasso. And just make that a little bit steeper. Okay, and we can go modify topology. Delete hidden. Close the holes. Divide it again. There we have our arrows. And they look pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. Alright. Last thing on the to-do list is the quiver. So, let's get this knocked in. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty well. Maybe this is a little bit too much. I think that turns out okay. This is just like perfectly cropped. Doesn't look natural. Something like that's a little bit more natural looking, right? I think it looks great. Okay. Let's get this quiver built. It's gonna be pretty standard. Yeah. Might as well, eh? I'll use my magic ZBrush powers and shave your head. That looks okay. I can dig it. All right, so I want a nice big, whoops. We'll do a lasso here. Pen's easier. Basically, I want a big fur wrap around here. Nice and clean. Sort of like that, okay? Nothing super crazy there. Pretty standard. We're just going to delete the inside and fill it. Delete. Adding a couple folds in here. Nothing super ridiculous, just basic stuff. Folds are something that's just, you just kind of learn with practice. And doesn't have to be super realistic either. Then I want to just kind of push this in. That. You may know where I'm going with this. You may not. It'll be fine. There we go. And then we're just gonna do a strap. Make it a little bit bigger. That is the perfect width, isn't it? A little bit bigger. All right, let's add some edge loops. There we go. Split masked. And we should be able to smooth this out. So here, I actually want to do a box here. And something like that should be sufficient. There we go, and then we'll just dynamesh it again. Yeah, it'll be fine. Tomboy is backs. Quiver, exactly, Tomboy. So I just want this to be one group. That's sweet of you to just work. I want a Taurus. So where can we find a Taurus? Probably here. Like that. And this is like a belt loop, so this sticks out a little bit. And it gives our lovely little thingamajig. What's the best way to do this? Fuck me, I don't know. You know what the best way to do this is to redo this. And redo this. Basically like that. Ah! Okay, let's just start with that. Nope, we can't. Let's go a little bit bigger. I don't frickin' know what's going on, man. I really wish, like, it didn't... Like, if it's hidden... Just hide the stupid fucking thing. Like, look at this. Give me a second, chat. We're gonna lock all this shit down. Like, I don't want anything to do, because now I have to change the angle. Something so absurd. And then I can't keep a straight line. To save my friggin' life. And now, it wants to do this frickin' weird thing where it bends. So we'll do that. And then split masked. I think I can fix this. Fuck. They're gonna make me work for it, that's for sure. 7 days later, it saves. Okay. Okay, what does that look like compared to the ring? Okay, you see how we're making a little progress here? And we want to just take it away. Okay, now that we got that, close enough. So, we're gonna fix that poly group. Okay. Now we just take this. We just want to tuck this away. Like that. This one's already pretty good. But it's the same principle. We want to just tuck it away. Add a little bend in there. Close enough. I say we ship it. So we'll take this guy here. Find our leather. Knock this guy out of the park. Like so. 10 out of 10. This guy here. make this a little bit more crude-like. It's almost ready. Actually, there's still quite a bit more to do for this quiver. Make it look extra pretty. I'm actually kind of shocked this has taken this long, to be honest, because we're almost at 3 hours. All right. Time flies when you have fun, I guess. Divide. It's good there. Okay, then we're just gonna do some alterations on this side here. Some alterations right here. That looks pretty good. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay. And then this guy here, we need to subdivide one more time. Then we want our drag fur. So that's what it's all about, baby. Fancy fur. This is why I don't get too worked up on the details on the folds, because they do pop through, but it's hinted. It's a lot more subtle. So there's no point in getting it looking extra fancy and extra cleaned up if it's just gonna frickin' disappear anyway. There we go. Say it goes like that. I would very much. So let's see. Let's get back base off. That'll kind of help. All right. So, except just want to dynamesh this while we're here. Like that. It should be all pretty smooth. Then we can go BMB. Just kind of pull that out a bit. There we go. There's one big fancy piece of fur. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay. And I think we do just another one here that's nice and short. And then we leather up the quiver and we're done. Not a whole lot left to do. We are approaching the finish line here. Just isolate this. Just do that. And the fur keeps the arrows from freezing or something. I don't know. I wouldn't want cold arrows. I gotta put my fingers on those things. Maybe the same reason they do with the blade is they got nice pelt in there to protect it from blunting on the wood and leather. Although an arrow tip usually isn't razor sharp, so it's not as necessary, but we're looking for an excuse for style points. That's pretty much it here, so I'm not too concerned about it. If you're cold, they're cold. Bring your arrows inside. Exactly. That's what I would do. Then again, I'm not some heartless monster who thinks arrows are just some like expendable resource that you just shoot away and don't think about. What the actual fuck? Why is that so massive? I love when it's inconsistent like that. It's like, yeah, by the way, we're gonna just make this huge. F you in particular, no real other reason. Alright, good enough for me. Aye, aye, aye. This just takes an enormous amount of time. That looks pretty good. Only thing to do now is actually do some surface rendering on this. So, I guess we'll start with the lace. Stitch. Have a good one, Dita. Appreciate you stopping by. We're probably wrapping up pretty soon as well. It's after 5. I just want to get this model complete. That's pretty much all I care about at this point. We'll do one more division of this, I guess. It's going to be a lot. Look how nice that stitch looks. There we go. Then we will open this up again. Except this time, we want this guy. Like that. All right. If we turn this on, how bad does this look? There we go. Quality. Let's get some beauty shots and then we'll go raid some bitch. Some poor some bitch. That's a nice arrow. Oh, if that pop-up would freaking go away. Gorgeous. There. Now everything's nice and organized. That is true, Tomboy. Have you ever fired an arrow, or loosed an arrow, I should say, in real life? My grandparents have one. But, it was like a toy bow. It could generate pretty good power. It was probably like a 20-pound draw weight, but it wasn't a real bow that you would use for anything other than messing around with. Compound bow. Okay. Compound bow. Is that the curve bow, like the recurve, or is that like the pulley one? Yeah, they have a decent draw weight. They're usually around 50 pounds. Like, you don't usually hunt armored opponents, so it doesn't need to be much stronger than that, but they got a decent draw weight behind them. I guess we can raid Synth. Compounds have the pulley system, yes. Which, it is easier to draw, but it's not like that much easier. It's more like it keeps the string held so that you can hold it for longer. Where like a real bow, when you pull it to your full draw, you're holding it at its maximum resistance. So holding the bow drawn is actually pretty difficult. And most people don't do that. So they usually have their shot lined up ready to go, and they fire as soon as they're at full draw, especially with like longbows, because it's when you start getting into the like 100-pound draw weight, 150-pound draw weight, it's too hard to just go. Yeah, movies are terrible for that. They also like to do like woman archers. Terrible. But yeah, we're out of here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will catch y'all again tomorrow. I think tomorrow's Thursday, so that'll be the last one. We'll be doing some retopology stuff. That'll be the focus for tomorrow. And then hopefully next week we get a good start on text to read and get him in the game. Alright, peace out.